So, guys, we've been apart for a while, and during this time that we was apart, I went camping,
Yeah.
and I have found out that of all the alcohol in the world, which my body refuses to accept, is red wine. So, I want to propose to you guys: what is the one alcohol your body disagrees with?
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
I hate Jaeger. Jaeger
Really?
can go away.
I
100%.
like Jaeger. For me, tequila. Cannot stand tequila.
Oh, no. I like
The,
tequila.
the very first time I had tequila, I was in London with my dad, and we were just in this bar, and they were like giving out like free shots of it, like free samples. I thought, hey, it's free beer. I had a quick sip of it. Oh god, this is nasty. But it was free beer, so damned if we were going to turn it down. So we just like held a nose as you did, chugged it, and we could still taste it like 3 days later. It's nasty, nasty stuff. So
Free
no,
spirit.
no tequila for me.
Ooh.
For me, it has to be Jaeger because of my heart. Like, always used to drink it in at the nightclub Mosh in Leicester. And I always used to drink it with, obviously, energy drinks. And because of my heart, it got to a point where I was like, I can't drink this in energy drinks. And I didn't like the taste of Jaeger. But yeah, it got me drunk. So that was why I drank it. But I was like, for my own health, there's better alcohol that can do the same job. And I'll enjoy it more than Jaeger.
So,
And then that leads me on to a story of red wine.
Come on.
So when I was camping, I was drinking every day with the families. It was nice. Then it came to that fateful Tuesday night where we started
yes.
off, drinking beers as usual. Had maybe 4, 5, 6, and then was like, we're going through a lot of beer. But we still got a bottle of vodka which we need to touch. So we started to tackle the vodka, and we was using Red Bull. So we was having vodka Red Bulls. I had about 3. So by about now, I'm six cans down and 3, double vodkas down. So I'm getting there. There's a couple with 2 kids camping right next to us, and they're all these like health people. They go to all sorts of music festivals like Shambhala. They're like giving their kids hummus and stuff. It's quite healthy. But the mother, she comes out with this box of red wine. And I've never seen a box of red wine before. And for those of you who have never seen it before, it's literally like a big cereal box with a bag of red wine in it.
Yep.
And I had my glass, which I was using to have my double vodkas, which was roughly about a pint glass. So usually if you're in a restaurant, if you have a red wine, they'd probably give you like, maybe a quarter of a glass. The first time I had red wine, she filled up my glass to the top. And then we was all around the campfire. We were, drinking. We're having a barbecue, having a good chat. It was a good time, really, really good time. I enjoyed being outdoors. It was like giving me flashbacks to Download Festival. It was really nice. I got down about halfway down this pint of wine, and then the mother then offers, "Oh, I fancy another red wine. Brandon, would you like some more red wine?" And obviously, I've only half finished this wine. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Dan, you'll probably know this because you've known me for quite a while, is if someone offers you a drink and you've still got a drink left, you down whatever drink you've got left, don't you?
Yeah.
So I then neck this half a glass of wine just so I can get a top up of even more wine. And this continued for about 3 glasses.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently I was in so much of a state I had to get escorted to the toilets. I was walking in like over guide ropes. There's some bushes which I stumbled across. I don't remember actually getting back into my tent. Obviously, it's windy, so how the heck was I going to actually like open up my tent and actually get in?
Were you with your girlfriend? Was she not like helping?
Yeah,
with
but I
that?
was with her. And the parents were ripping into me the fact that red wine completely disagreed with me. And it wasn't the hangover which got me. Like if you have like a night out, I don't feel sick on the night. I always feel sick on the day after. I felt really, really sick this next day, and I was meeting my parents in Hunstanton. So what's usually was meant to be a 10-minute drive from where we were camping to Hunstanton was fucking heavy traffic.
Oh my gosh.
It was a half an hour drive while I was feeling queasy from being hungover.
Oh, that's
and my stomach was disagreeing with the concepts of the red wine.
Oh, that's giving me flashbacks.
And when I say my stomach, I mean my intestines. I could not walk properly. I could not sit down. I was an absolute mess, and it was only just maybe a couple of days ago. So bear in mind, this was last week. It's taken me a whole week for my stomach and intestines to recover from having all that red wine. So yeah, I am not touching red wine again.
I don't blame you. So, for those that don't know, standard glasses of red wine are about 175 ml, and a large one is 250 ml, which is just under half a pint. That's for a large one.
Oh my
which
gosh.
is about a large wine is a third of a bottle, because it normally is like 750 ml. So yeah, you drank like 3 bottles of red wine. That is gonna have some effect on you. Not surprised.
Oh dear, Brandon. Oh my gosh.
How are you alive?
This is what you do when we have 3 weeks break of recording. You find alcohol that does not suit you.
It's the coping mechanism.
Well, to be fair, if you've had an extra week to kill between recordings, you think, well, what do I do for that extra week? I don't know. Let's get flat out drunk, and if I don't wake up for the next 6 days, it don't matter.
Yeah.
But this actually, following on from the fact that I was camping, this is something which I actually just want to talk very briefly with you guys, because I've never really understood this. But obviously during camping, we have no internet, signal's dire, there's not really any technology which you can have. So I sort of took it upon myself to actually have a digital detox. So literally a week of, barely any contact with, electronic devices, no social media, no nothing. It was amazing. 2 or 3 days into this digital detox, my back pain almost went and my neck pain went. It was astonishing. So if any viewers or, both of you guys as well, if you do suffer with neck and back pain, I highly recommend just having a week digital detox. It fucking works wonders.
Wow.
Funny you should say that, Brandon, because I did it's only a week, but I just had a week completely off Facebook, because I use it quite a lot normally. But I thought, nah, I'm just gonna have a break from it for a bit, and you know what? It works wonders for your mental health. You just get away from everyone arguing and all the bad news you see, and it's don't want to know. I'm just gonna have a break for a bit, and when you come back, it's like, oh yeah, I feel a bit better now.
I think we've all
definitely worth doing.
I think we've all kind of had a bit like that. I think I've just I've been a bit similar. Obviously, I can't go into details, not on recording, but I've had a similar thing, and even just past couple of weeks, and even I'm going away next weekend. I'm just so positive in why I've done certain things, and it's just really made a great positive impact on my life. I think sometimes having a break from social media or doing certain things on social media to help your mental health is very, very good for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I say, always have a break from social media every now and again. Probably every couple of months, I recommend it. That is to say, though, that doesn't apply to Victory Achieved podcast. Please plug that in your ears 24/7.
Indeed. Welcome to Victory Achieved podcast, a video game podcast. This is episode 9, and I'm Dan, and I'm with Brandon and Chris.
Hello.
Yellow.
Well, on episode 9, guys, the number of the best Final Fantasy. I mean, my favorite Final Fantasy, not the best. My favorite. I'm not go into that argument, but 9 episodes, guys. We're here. One more and then we're double digits.
Jesus.
It's hard to believe we've nearly been doing this for half a year.
No.
But we're nearly after 2 more episodes, we've been doing this for half a year.
No, it's not that long.
Every 2 weeks we do it.
4 months, mate.
But,
May, June, July,
I can't maths.
August, about 5 months.
It's that red wine that's still in your system.
I sent you guys a message in the Facebook. I was like, I think I caught reading disease from camping. I can't even do numbers.
Again, you're still drunk.
He's always drunk. It's Brandon. No, he's not. But no, if obviously we've not had a bit of a break from recording because we've all been busy, and it feels so weird to just talk to you guys again, because we all chat to each other on Messenger or whatever, text every week, but it's been ages just like this, and it's already not even hardly recorded. It's just great to hear your voices again.
Ah, thank you. It's good to hear your voice too.
Oh,
Thanks, man.
oh thanks. Oh. But
It's all right.
I guess on more of a video game topic, I finished Link's Awakening on the Switch while we were all having our long 3-week break.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Link's Awakening is not Skyward Sword, which you were playing.
I am still playing Skyward Sword, and I'm not going to say where I am until I finished it.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore until I finished it.
I did say it gets a bit padded out near the second half, so I wondered if you started to get preoccupied by something else now.
You're not wrong there. But on Link's Awakening, because I nearly finished it, so I was like, I was actually editing. I think it was the last episode, or the last either episode 7 or 8. I can't remember which one. And I was like, for those of you who don't know, I tend to do something while I'm editing and just listen to the podcast. So I was like, I can't really play Skyward Sword because it's quite a bit intense at this wherever I was. So I put Link's Awakening on, and I was like, I need to finish it. So I actually did. So I've now finally finished Link's Awakening on the Switch, and it's great.
Ah. Well, I have a sad tale of Link's Awakening.
Please do tell.
I have finished it on the original black and white Game Boy.
Oh,
My original copy. But alas,
no.
I have no record of it because my copy of it is so old the battery saver's gone.
oh no.
Oh
No longer works. So if I do want to play it in its original form for real, I've got to
DX.
play it for in one sitting.
But or you can get the DX version, which is the closest you can get to it.
Oh yeah, I can emulate it, but if I want to play my real physical.
Yeah, because technically the Switch version is the second remake of Link's Awakening.
It certainly is.
Yeah, because you have Link's Awakening DX on the Game Boy Color, and now you have it on the Switch.
Which added the DX version added one new dungeon, which was a bit crap.
Yeah, I finished it in like less than 10 minutes on the Switch, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe
it's like,
how.
we've got colour in this version, so we're gonna a really unique name and just call it the Colour Dungeon.
And make all the
the
puzzles.
puzzles colour orientated.
And they were really easy.
Which, sadly, makes it impossible to play for colourblind people who could play the original with no problems.
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's an optional dungeon though, so it's
Oh yeah, but still.
But
What do you know?
I did really enjoy Link's Awakening, and I'm actually gonna let someone borrow it in a bit when they finish Skyward. But I really enjoyed it after I have got DX, and I played a good amount of it, and then I got stuck. I don't know why I got stuck, because when I did it on the Switch, I was like, why did I get stuck? I have no idea. But no, I really enjoyed the Switch version. Obviously, it is easier. I did not die. So, there you go.
The only time I remember it being more difficult, on the original version at least, was the very last dungeon, because it's a little bit confusing. I think the remake makes it a lot more clear as what you meant to do. It's a bit more cryptic in the original.
Yeah, Eagle's Tower is a bit of a weird one with the big balls.
Yes,
Excuse me?
the big balls.
Well, the big ball, not the big balls. It's only one ball.
Oh yeah.
You basically
That
have
makes it
to.
sound so much worse.
You basically have to smash the tower down, Brandon. So you have to get the big ball, and you have to.
So you have to actually smash down this massive hard tower, and there's a single ball there.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
Why
like.
does that remind me of someone we know?
Let's not go any more into that. But oh my gosh, Brandon. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
Moving swiftly on.
You know,
It's the red wine.
I've literally just seen him, by the way. Oh, you didn't have
I'm
to name
assuming this
drop.
bit's going to get cut, isn't it?
I might have to cut this bit, but fucking hell, don't have to name drop him. But yeah, I think the Switch version's really good, but it's easier with the quality of life improvements, but just what it is.
Yeah. Oh, just little things like having certain items mapped to specific buttons rather than having to swap them out. So in the original games, you could only hold 2 items at once. One of those being your sword and also your shield as well, which you're nearly always going to use. So really, that narrows it down to like 1 item slot, and you've got to constantly go to the menu, swap out.
But then you have
The
like
closest you
when you got to run with the Pegasus boots, and then you
jump
still got,
as well.
mm.
Yes. It's the closest I can compare it to is like doing the water temple in the original Ocarina of Time. Where you've constantly got to swap to your iron boots.
At least
it's kind of like that.
At least on the 3DS version, the water temple is kind of a bit fixed.
Yeah. Well, it's just as simple things like just having the colour pipe showing you what affects what level,
and having the iron boots mapped to as an item, so you can just toggle them on and off.
That too.
Like, because basically, it's only really the 3DS version basically fixes it, and it. To be honest, I never hated the water dungeon as much as other people.
No, I remember pretty much considering back in the day one of my playthroughs a dead save, like probably my first one, because I got to that point and I seemed to have screwed up the switch puzzle so much. I was just so confused. It's like, fuck it, I'm starting again. This time when I do it, I'm going to follow a walkthrough.
No.
Well, yeah, but speaking of Legend of Zelda games, I've actually finally started Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
And when I say I started it, long story, back to camping, had a day out at Great Yarmouth, and then we went to game, and I was like, now that I've got a PS5, I want to get some PS5 games. And then while I was there, I saw Breath of the Wild there, which was cheaper than any of the other shops which I've seen it. So I thought, screw it, I'm going to go buy Breath of the Wild. Got home, and I was like, no, I didn't get home. I got back to got back to my girlfriend's, and I was like, there's something wrong with this game and Demon's Souls. I didn't actually get the games. They actually packed the showcases. So I didn't actually own the games until a couple of days after camping, because they had to then send them out to me. So in the meantime, I was using my girlfriend's Breath of the Wild, and yeah, some of the puzzles in there are quite nice, and I was quite actually amazed at how big the map actually is.
It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I know people weeks after it came out were discussing areas, and I finished the game, didn't 100% complete it, but it was showing you things like, oh, we go talk to the horse god. It's like, a horse god? The fuck's a horse god? I didn't see that guy. What the hell was that? But you swiftly mentioned there, and we know you've got your hands on it now. You swiftly mentioned the Demon's Souls remake. We've got to ask, what's it like, Brendan?
Okay, so I only briefly, well, I say I briefly played. I played Demon's Souls once on the PS3, and that was last year or the year before. And playing the PS5 version graphically is a huge upgrade. Like the world,
Blue Point,
yeah,
just knocked it out the park. And
I've also got to say the actual load speed from the PS5. Oh my god, that makes a huge difference. And even just in the other games I play, yeah, graphically is really nice. It feels slow, because I think that's just the combat style of Demon's Souls. Like everything, you're just fat no matter what you do on Demon's Souls. And it seems a lot more punishing. Because even if you look at Dark Souls 1, you had bonfires relatively regularly.
Yeah.
Demon's Souls was like 3 per world or something. Yeah. One where you start, one you beat the mid-boss, and one where you beat the end boss. Like it is unforgiving like that.
Oh yeah.
And then also I stumbled across the Flame Lurker, and I was like, fuck that, let's change world. Let's go to the poison one.
Now, I've seen a number of times people saying, oh, the Flame Lurker is like the hardest boss in the game. But I've played through the original Demon's Souls several times. I've never had an issue with it. I've just beaten him pretty much first time every time. I don't know if I've been extremely lucky or what.
You must have been. Flame Lurker is like it's just a tank fest with him early on. Like, at the moment, I'm using the Bastard Sword, and every hit I was doing 64 damage. And I was like, okay, that's 1,000th of his HP gone. I'm fat rolling. I've got no healing items. I think I need to abandon ship. Yeah, that's my experience so far.
Damn. Oh, that's just making me thinking. Has there been any games in all the Dark Souls games, any bosses that you've not died to? Because I'm thinking at the top of my head, just in Dark Souls 2, in the 12, 15 playthroughs I've done, I've never once died to the Looking Glass Knight or like the Covetous Demon ever.
There's a
I'll
few.
say like I think the Covetous Demon's maybe the main one.
Yeah, there's quite a few where I've not died, but then I've only done it once, so it's like, if I've done it multiple times, then it's a bit more like, yeah, I could say. I'm not really sure if I want to pick. Obviously, there's a few in like Dark Souls would be like, oh, I've not died to this one. Like, I was about to say Gwyn, but I think I have died to Gwyn actually. That's a lie.
Oh, I certainly have.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, I've not died to Gwyn, but then I'm like, yeah, I also had Solaire helping me for like near of most of them.
Yeah, let him fight. You just like hide in the corner.
No, I have beaten Gwyn 1-on-1. Like I have beaten him without Solaire 1-on-1. No, I have done that. And I did die when I was doing that, but I was like, I have to beat him without Solaire. I can't. I have to believe in my ability.
Oh, I've never died to Pinwheel either.
I think I have.
I have.
But when I first stumble in, and obviously it's a blind playthrough. I'm going through it. I don't know he's there. I just go into this pit and it's like, oh, it's a boss. Oh, great, magic. I'm dead.
I think I went in really low level and somehow I died. That was the only time. I've only died once. Every other time I've been fine.
Yeah, I think it's that first playthrough. All the other ones, it's fine.
Probably the boss
Do you
we
reckon?
died.
Do you reckon like Elden Ring's gonna have any bosses like that?
Nah.
This is the joke of the game.
Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it will.
Speculate.
Yeah, I think apparently all the in-game like stuff is all the director of like I can't remember his name. The director of like Souls, but then all the George Martin stuff might just be all the world building. That's not obviously just makes up the game, so you're not get none of the text you'll read in the game is anything George Martin's written.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably just like outline the basis.
Yeah, I think so. But that's out. Is it January? We're all pumped for that.
Wait.
We're all pumped for that.
Yeah. It's out in January, and it's out just after my birthday, so I can't get it.
We'll all be pre-ordering it or something, or only
get like a deluxe edition or whatever.
I don't know. We'll all be because it's on PS4 anyway, so we can all play it. That'd be great.
It's coming out PS4, PS5, isn't it? Well,
yeah.
I should hope it's coming out on PS5 and not just PS4.
No, it is. I could even get it up, but yeah, it is. Yeah.
I'll say I'm looking forward to that 60 FPS, beautiful, fast load times.
I do have one major issue with the PS5, and that's this: is when I'm streaming, because there's no load times. That's my dedicated time to have a sip of my tea. So when I'm playing games, my tea's just sitting there going cold because I can't stop playing.
Just what I do when I stream. I just openly drink anyway.
I do, but I normally like take a moment to like sit and relax and smell the roses. Have a cup of tea. No, can't do that.
I know. I am actually, especially. I think the one game which I noticed it the most, which you're probably not going to like, is Genshin Impact.
Okay.
That's the main game I noticed the load time difference.
It's been ages since I played that. I can't remember. I don't remember the loading screens being equivalent in that.
Probably when it's the fact that it's almost instantly, like the fact that you can fast travel from one side of the earth to the other, and it's already loaded. Like
I think initially booting up the game it takes a little while, but once you're in, you're good to go.
Yeah, I've not played it in ages. I think I've deleted it now. Oh well.
Yeah, I did as well. It was like it was fun for a bit, and I did what I thought was like the end of the main storyline where you fight like a big dragon, and it was a pain in the ass. Controls are shite.
They've added some more new bosses into it.
Yeah.
And some of them are actually quite difficult.
I'm done.
So, there was while we've been, I think it was actually a couple of days after we recorded episode 8, funny enough, there was a Pokemon announcement. I do want to quickly talk about this.
Was there?
Yeah, there was. about Shining. Is it Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and
that.
Pokemon Arceus? Those two games. Obviously, the Diamond and Pearl remakes are coming out this year, and Arceus is coming out early next year. Now, I'm going to go straight to Arceus because that's the one I'm more interested by. I don't, obviously, Brandon, from the sounds of it, you've not watched any of the trailer. But have you watched it?
I've not watched the trailer, but I've seen, on Facebook, it would be like, oh, Brilliant Diamond and whatever.
Yeah.
Have you I've seen like the initial trailers for both of them a little while ago, but I've not seen anything new for Arceus.
Right. So with Arceus, they've revealed some new Pokemon. Now,
what?
Yeah. So these Pokemon are like, you have the Galarian forms and Alolan forms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's one is kind of something like that. So there's one for Growlithe, and it looks like it's got ginormous fur all over its head. It looks kind of cute. I really like the design. I'm not really sure what typing it is, except it's fire and something else. But it kind of looks a bit more like a sheepdog, Growlithe. But then there's two new evolutions for pre-existing Pokemon though.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you wanna? There's a Gen 2 one and a Gen 5 one. So the Gen 5 one is Basculin. Do you remember? It's a water Pokemon. So you could get like a blue and a red version. It's like a green Mon, but it has like red or blue stripes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's now evolved. So you can get an evolved form of that. But there's a Gen 2 Pokemon that they've given a new evolved form to, and I'm really happy it's got something going for it. It's one of those Pokemon where I've always felt it's completely redundant, but now it's
unknown.
No, it's not unknown.
Okay.
But now it's got something going for it, and I'm looking forward to Pokemon Arceus. It's Stantler,
who evolves into, is it Weirdeer? Weirdeer? I'm literally looking at it now. How about to have a look?
Oh, I don't know the name.
Yeah, it's a normal psychic type, and he's the big horn Pokemon.
Yeah,
so,
it looks really good.
Yeah.
I was just seeing that. I was like, oh, I'm probably going to get the game when it comes out next year.
Yeah, weird Basculegion.
Yeah, Basculegion.
Yeah, I see what they're doing with like that and Arcanine, as you say. They're going for sort of yokai look.
Yeah.
Yokai, for people that don't know, is like ancient sort of Japanese folklore.
Yeah.
If you played the game Nioh, you might recognize some similar designs.
Mm. But I really like the Pokemon Direct where it had the two games. Well, it had a few other stuff. That had stuff for Unite and another Pokemon mobile game. But the stuff for Arceus was really interesting. But those were like those new Pokemon. I was like, oh, I wanted to just mention it to you guys.
Right, I'm having a look at the new version of Growlithe, and I'm just going to come out and say it. You know those sweets, the ice gems? He's got one of those on his head.
Yes, on his head.
Yeah, and I can't unsee it. Although I really like ice gems, I'm not going to complain.
I would say, I don't know if this is going to be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I am really, really hoping that they keep some of the aesthetics and the play styles of, like what Gen 4 was. I don't want it to be too over the top.
Oh, you mean in the remakes?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to mention some of that now because you know how I think they've like tried to keep it quite faithful from the looks of like the latest Pokemon Direct. So they've like, you know how you could put like on your Pokeballs where when the Pokemon came out, it could do like different things.
Yeah.
The seals. You can still do that.
Okay.
What they have done is, obviously still like the characters that the two characters you pick, but now you can change outfits as well.
Okay, that's a little bit of a nice cosmetic change.
Yeah, and what they have done, from the looks of it, is what I'm really happy is it looks like they've given Diamond and Pearl the Platinum Pokedex instead of, obviously you eventually get the National Dex anyway, but assuming so. But it looks like you have the Platinum Pokedex instead of the Diamond and Pearl Pokedex, which will balance the game far better.
Yeah, because I did prefer the Platinum Pokedex over the original games.
The Diamond and Pearl Pokedex is really unbalanced. Really unbalanced. You want to know how many fire Pokemon there are? Two. But then with Platinum, you get like a few more.
Well, I just want to come out and say it because I know a lot of people have said the same thing, but I'm afraid I have to jump on the bandwagon. And I understand they're trying to get the graphics to look similar to how they were in the original.
Yeah.
But I really do not like the art style. I hate the cheebiness of everything.
It's grown on me.
But it really hasn't. It, I will still more than likely buy it and play it through, but I just don't like the look of it. I really don't.
I do kind of agree, but I also I think it has kind of grown on me a bit, but I do also agree. Initially, I was a bit like, oh. But looking at the latest trailer, I think the earlier stuff was much more rough. The latest trailer did look like it ironed out a bit of it. Maybe that's just me.
When the character models are in battle, they're normal scale.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just do that? It doesn't exactly scream like next gen, like graphical update. It's like I think I prefer the pixelated look. I think it's got more charm to it.
Oh yeah, the pixelated look has so much more charm. Definitely.
Yeah. But definitely.
Is there anything?
I was going to say as well, how faithful are they going to be to the actual scale and size of the world as well? I really do hope they don't cut corners and be like, okay, there's a big area of the map here. Let's just compress it a little bit.
Make it DLC.
Hopefully not.
No.
I think
there's a lot. Come on.
No.
I can say there's a lot of stuff in the Pokemon games I've never bothered with. I know you were just on about seals and changing your stances, stuff like the beauty contest. I've never ever bothered with all that stuff.
Neither have I.
Even when I did a Nuzlocke in Pokemon Sword, all the camping stuff, never bothered with it.
No, neither. Yeah. I haven't either. But it's just a lot. I know the Gen 4 fan base. A lot of them like the seal stuff, where you can put seals on your Pokeballs, and the fact that that's still in. I think for a lot of Gen 4 fans, they're very happy. It doesn't bother me. I'm just I'm happy for them. I'm happy for those people who are like, yay.
I know they were keeping the underground online thing, aren't they?
I was going to say, that's one thing I actually like. I just didn't have friends to do it.
Oh, the underground looks really cool in the remake.
That's one thing that might be interesting.
You can actually catch Pokemon. There's certain Pokemon that I think you can only catch in the underground.
Wasn't that the case with Spiritomb? You could only do, or is that the wrong gen?
No, there is something with Spiritomb. I can't remember how you do it, but
no, but I think it's something to do with the underground.
Yeah, it is.
I thought you had to make contact with 50 or so players.
Might be, and then it appears.
Something weird like that.
I actually did it, but I used another Pokemon game because I've got both Diamond and Pearl. And I think you can just do it with one of another one. I think you just have to do it 50 times with another one. I think I don't know.
The only generation I've got all 151 in, obviously, is Gen 1. I've finished a Pokedex on that, but that's because it was massive at the time and everyone was playing it. All my mates were playing it. It's just the right place at the right time. But when it came to the other gen, because I only had the one copy, I didn't have the other half. It's I know I'm not going to get all the 151 50 odd, whatever. I know I'm not going to get all of them, so I didn't even try. So long as I like make it through like the main storyline, that's good enough for me. Because normally I look at the new gen, like the new lineup, and go, "Wow, that looks a bit crap. I don't want that one." Oh, that one looks cool. I'll have that on my team. But every time I do buy the new generation, I try and pick like 6 brand new ones. So
Same.
at least it feels like I'm, playing a new generation rather than just playing the old one again. It's like,
I think that's what I tried to do as well. Like, especially for when I played Sword and Shield. But I saw Core of a Knight, and I was like, I want that.
I think.
It's like, it's like I like Alakazam, but do I really want it in my party for like the 9th generation in a row?
No.
No, you got to mix it up. It's like, otherwise, you may as well just please playing the same game.
Yeah. But either of you played anything recently?
I've played another game actually. So as obviously on the same theme that I've got the PS5, I picked up another PS5 game called Godfall, and I don't know whether you guys have heard anything of Godfall or not.
Mixed things.
Yeah, very mixed things. Like
I'm probably on that same wavelength as well. Like as soon as I picked it up, I was like, okay, it feels Souls-like in the fact you've got the combat, the dodge, the block, and everything like that. So I was fine with that. It's also got the looting system, like with Nioh, where you've got white for common, green for uncommon, blue for rare, purple for quite rare, and then like orange for legendary. It's got that same sort of system. But I'm only just finishing the first world, and by the way, the worlds are big. Like each of the individual worlds are big. I've only just finished the first one, but after a while, it does start to feel quite repetitive. It does feel repetitive very, very quickly.
Yes, I've heard that.
And yeah, I'd probably just rate it as an average game. But I was having a good time with it. I'm probably going to revisit it again later on in the week, just because obviously now that I've started the game, I want to bloody finish it. But
I know when the PS5 first came out, of all the launch titles that we reviewed, Godfall was the worst reviewed one of the lot.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd pick it up just to give it a chance. I mean, graphically, it looks freaking amazing. Really does. I think one of my main gripes is like it's got decent weapon selection. You can customize the armor with lots of cosmetics like you can with things like Overwatch, but you don't really get that much of a selection. So yeah, that's probably my main gripe. It's how repetitive it is, and the grand selection of actual equipment and stuff.
How stripped back would you say? Is like more so than, I don't know, Bloodborne?
I'd probably put it more in line with Code Vein, if you've played that. Like in terms of each of the individual armors have their own abilities and stuff, but it's very limited. So I think there's maybe about 12 in total armor sets, which obviously you can cosmetically change. And weapons, you've got sword, long sword, dual swords, great swords, pole arms, hammers, something like that. So you've got those weapon systems. So obviously they're all going to have the same move sets. But yeah, it just somewhat feels a little bit repetitive. Obviously, I'm always doing this because it's just the big thing. But like Dark Souls and Nioh, or Nioh 2 in particular, a lot of the weapons have their unique move sets.
Yeah.
I think that adds a really nice charm to it. I think that's why when Dynasty Warriors 9 came out, I picked that up because I've played most of the Dynasty Warriors games throughout the series. When it came to Dynasty Warriors 9, because a lot of the officers have their own unique movesets, their own unique styles. When it came to Dynasty Warriors 9, they cut corners and like a lot of the movesets were combined. So like you imagine instead of having this vast array of officers with their own unique actions, imagine if it then turns into you've got 4 officers which have the same movesets. It just takes away that charm of picking up something and be like, oh, I wonder what this does. It's just just the same stuff as what all the other stuff does.
They were massively doing that in Dynasty Warriors 6. I remember you had what is it? Diao Chan and is it Suji? Like they both had the whips, and then there were, I think like there were just a whole load of characters that were really similar, all through that had like similar weapons and similar play styles. Like, I'm kind of not surprised that they have gone down that route in Dynasty Warriors. It's basically just a different skin.
Yeah.
So.
The more I hear about Dynasty Warriors, the more I just hear about the newer games adding on to like more and more complaints.
Yeah.
I want to give, because I saw the Samurai Warriors one. They went for like a more, it's a similar art style as Borderlands, more cartoony.
Right.
From what I saw, I haven't actually seen any gameplay, but based on what I saw from the actual, marketplace screen, it does look a bit more, black outlines, color fill sort of art style.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be massively jarring for a series that's already got like its own established art style to suddenly change?
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one.
Mm.
Mind you, just look at what people did when Wind Waker came out. The amount of people complaining there.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's the one that doesn't look like it's age a day.
I'll say Wind Waker's like properly grown on me.
I love Wind Waker so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've not really played anything new as of late, but since it's sort of naturally come up in conversation a couple of times, do you want to take a minute to talk about Nioh 2?
Fucking love that game.
Oh, it'd have to be you two because I've not played it, either of them.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, let me sell it
you
to you
have to play Nioh and Nioh 2.
I think I've got the first one on PlayStation.
Yeah, the first one was PS.
Yeah.
The first one was on PS Plus, and then the second, basically, what the second one does, whatever the first one did, it just upscales it. So you got a new weapon called the Switchglaive, which is freaking amazing. You've got this new combat style where you've got these 3 demon forms. You've got the Brute, the Spectre, and the other one, which I can't remember. So it's basically this ability to transform into a demon. And it is so good. The bosses are a lot more nice. Yeah, I fucking love Nioh.
Yeah, so gameplay-wise, it's like a sort of very fluid Dark Souls. But, instead of like a big open world, it's more mission structured.
Yeah.
And you can replay them as many times as you like. But each mission is just vary in size. Like the main missions are pretty big. They are going to take you like a couple of hours to do, at least. But then some are very short. You can do them in like 10 minutes. And it normally just boils down to your similar Dark Souls style. There's always like an end boss or a big monster you've got to kill, and you can just make a beeline there for the most part, apart from really like the main storylines.
Yeah, the main storylines you have to follow more of the structure.
Yeah. It's really good. It's again got like you said in Godfall, it's got like a sort of a Diablo loot system. So it's got like your orange tier, your yellow tier. Yellow tier? Oh, that's not one. I've just made up a new
purple.
Orange, purple, blue,
green, white.
Yeah, that sort of system.
Yeah. So you are constantly changing out your.
There's also green. Actually, there is green for I think like the God tier. Like when you actually complete the game, you actually get green tier items.
I don't know if I've ever got any of them.
Yeah, they're basically like on steroids.
I mean, I've finished Nioh 1. I've yet to finish Nioh 2. I've got really far in and just sort of got distracted. Probably because I played it for so long, I was getting a bit burnt out on it. But as I said, the enemy design is more traditional sort of Japanese folklore, like the yokai stuff.
That's literally what Nioh 1 is more based on. Part of the folklore, but it's more about actual Japanese history, where it's like the Warring States period of Japan, like the 1600s or 1700s period. Whereas Nioh 2 is definitely more folklore. With like Yuki Onas, the Onis, got like the 2 bull demons, Gozuki, Mezuki. It is insane.
Well, the main character of the series, William, with Nioh 1 at least, anyway. Was a real person.
Yeah.
Based on.
I was about to say that myself. That I do know.
How cool would that be? Like years after our death, we get made into a superhero in like our own Dark Souls game. Somebody make it happen, please. All you listeners out there, if any of them are your game developers, go for it. You know you want to.
I was going to say, I highly doubt my life will turn into a Dark Souls.
Neither will mine.
I don't know what mine will turn into, but it's definitely not Dark Souls.
Well, we could. Well, you've got your red wine in your Estus.
I'm not turning it into Grand Theft Auto.
You never know.
Now there's a question for everyone. If you were in some kind of game, what genre would it be?
I don't know.
Honestly, I would love to actually be in a Souls world.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually would. Or Terraria. It's a bit more of a happy place.
Is it?
Well, yeah, because you die, you come back 10 seconds later. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's true.
Unless you're playing like hardcore mode, then I might be a bit in trouble.
Yeah.
Because if I die, the world ends.
I think
to be honest,
it'd be an RPG, epic story of whatever that might be.
The epic story of how this podcast got started.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
What you, Chris?
I'd say like a world like Dark Souls, where it's just a repeating cycle of misery and pain and suffering. It's like, well, how's that any different to Leicester?
I was gonna say, how is that different to Monday to Friday?
Yeah, it's the same. I'll mix it up a bit. I'd like to be in like a sort of survival horror game.
Yeah, that seems very you.
Right,
I think that
you're going to be in a Resident Evil world. You'll pick up a fish and you'll be like, I'm pretty certain I can finish this world with a fish.
I think that kind of all three of them kind of say it all for us. Like you, Chris, you're more like Resident Evil, like a survival horror. Brandon, you want like a Souls thing, and me, I just want like a JRPG of some sort. I mean, that kind of says it all for us.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show like what our favorite genres are.
I'm very surprised none of us chose to live in a world that's like a hentai fandom simulator.
Anyway.
I was going to say that as a joke.
Oh,
I was actually going to say that as a joke.
The possibilities. It's like, is this an insight into our psyche? Like, of all the worlds we could live in, we could have like endless riches and treasures. No, let's live in a world of pain and misery. That keeps us happy.
Oh yeah, it definitely does keep me happy. But yeah, just going back to the PlayStation 5 stuff, the other games which I did pick up, I picked up the PS5 version of Greedfall because I want to give that a go. And I picked up Tribes of Midgar, which I also want to give a go.
Okay.
So once I've played those, I can then let you guys know in future episodes of the podcast. But also the other game I want to try is Immortals Phoenix Rising as well. I want to give that a go.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I've been told that's alright.
Yeah. I know people have played Greedfall as well, and they've said they've enjoyed it, but then I've seen mixed reviews, but I don't know. I've not played it. I don't know.
I have played Greedfall for about 10 hours. The only reason I stopped doing it is it was on my PS4, and it was the time my hard drive got wiped, so I lost my save game. So I'm not starting this all over again. But no, I was quite enjoying it. It plays, the closest thing I can think of is like something like Dragon Age Origins, something like that.
I've not played that.
So I don't know.
I played Dragon Age 2 very briefly.
Yeah, it plays similar to that, like the sort of third person, sort of wandering around doing side quests. It's got that very similar like interface, like skill cooldowns. That kind
of. Okay.
I know that sounds like every RPG in the world.
I said that sounds like Genshin.
Yeah. It's not bad there. I think you'll have a good time with it. It's more a sort of pirate themed than anything else. I was expecting like more sword and sorcery, and it kind of does have that, but it's not like medieval.
See.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to give it a go because like I've been doing this again with food as well. I want to try diversifying my my flavors of games, my flavors of food. So I've been trying to pick up just stuff just to give it a go.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with trying stuff. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
But probably don't try crack or heroin. Just saying. I mean, you do you, but...
That's my old workmate used to say, fuck 'em all, you might miss a good one.
And you'd also get hepatitis.
Probably.
Oh my goodness. So what other games have you guys got lined up, or not any games? What about stuff you've been watching? I know, Dan, you've been watching something, haven't you?
Yeah, I watched, because obviously we've had 3 weeks break, I've watched quite a bit of anime. So I binged all of Beastars Season 2, which is great. Not as good as Season 1.
I need to start Season 1.
Yeah, not as good as Season 1, but Beastars Season 2, great. I'm not going to go into any more detail, unless you know. But no, it's really good. I've been watching, I started another anime the other day. I'm about halfway through it, which has been fun. It's like a romance one. But there's another anime that came out this year. I did finish last week. Yeah, no, this week, and that's really surprised me. It's called 86, and it's like a military anime. It reminds me of Code Geass. I don't know if either of you have watched that.
Still gotta watch that.
Right.
It reminds me of Code Geass a bit, where you got like one country fighting another, and you got mechs and that. But then the world building reminds me a bit of Hunger Games.
Right.
And it's a little bit like Hunger Games, where they pick people from the different districts to fight, but in a more militarized way.
Right.
So the Hunger Games.
It's not the Hunger Games, but it's like, oh, we pick these people, because in 86, it's kind of a little bit like, where there's like two different types of people. There's the privileged people, privileged, couldn't say it, where all their hair and skin and all that, they basically all look the same. So they all have white hair, fair skin, and then everyone else who's much more different coloured and all that are all segregated and put onto the front lines to fight.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to think this show may wear its themes rather on its sleeves.
Yeah, I think it just got me really emotionally invested in the characters and the story. It just really had a lot of emotion in the way it had developed the main cast of characters. And season 2 is coming out in October, so I don't have to wait long for more.
That's coming out fast.
Yeah, I know. So I don't have to wait long. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it. Came out this year, and it's been really good. I definitely recommend it if you like a military anime with like mechs. The CGI of it with the mech fighting is really good as well.
Yeah, it's not often you see someone say that about CGI in anime.
No, it's the mech fighting is really good. The only downside is the villain. There is kind of no villains, but other than that, it's good.
That's good to know.
Otherwise, I'm up to date with What If you are as well, Chris.
Yeah, that's honestly about the only thing I've watched as of late. Yeah, What If? Is it just me? Because when we did the first episode of this, when we did the last episode of this podcast, there was only the one episode out.
Yeah.
So I'm recording.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've had 4 of them.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or is this series just getting much, much better?
I said this to my friend yesterday. The first episode was the worst episode.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
the
that
second one with Star-Lord and T'Challa was fantastic, but the third one, my God, that was great. It's like a murder mystery, but when the reveal was fantastic, it all makes sense. I really enjoyed it.
I wasn't sure about it initially. I was a bit like, really? This is the episode? But by the end of it, I was like, oh no, this is really good. I think it by the halfway point where you started to see the difference, it got really good. But until the beginning of it, I was like, really? This is the episode this week?
Yeah, do you think you're going to do like the same as I did for the first one, mate?
Yeah.
Half of it's just the same again.
Yeah. I think my favourite is the Doctor Strange one. That's been my favourite so far.
Yeah, that's the definitely the darkest one.
Yes. I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I thought that was very good.
Yeah.
But still so far, the third one's my favourite. I thought the second one was really, really good, but the third one knocks it out of the park.
All 4 have been great. All 4 of them have been enjoyable. The first one, it is just it's still good. It's just the worst one so far. But that's not to say it's not bad.
So, by contrast, I've sort of half watched something else. I've got like halfway through the series, and I'm not really caring for it.
What's that?
But in a similar Marvel theme, I started watching, Modok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started watching that. It's like sort of got the robot chicken type of animation.
Did you?
Yeah, it's really not gripping me.
I've heard mixed things. Two of my friends, they've watched it and they absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's one of those like it's like the villain's meant to be like this big the main character Modok's meant to be like this big terrifying presence, but he like keeps getting undermined, and I think that's part of the meant to be where some of the comedy comes from. But I'm not really finding it all that funny. It's just like, is this guy meant to be like intimidating or what? Because it seems to flip flop a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
Maybe.
But
yeah, I'd say make your mind up. And I've not finished the series yet.
Yeah.
But
you'll
I'm
drop
not
it?
finding it all that funny. I don't know if I'll drop it. I've got halfway through, so I might see it through to the end.
Okay.
But I can't say the humor's really doing anything for me.
Okay.
Like, it does have one interesting thing that I don't mind. Like minor spoilers, but it's literally in the first episode. It's the company he runs, like AIM, which Marvel fans might know.
Yeah.
They've like basically run out of funding, so they get bought out by another company, and they start changing like his evil lair into like a daycare center. And I thought so far that's been like the best part of it. That's literally the first episode.
That sounds really fun.
But he's like working up a sort of rivalry with like this head of this company, who's just like a spokesperson type of guy, and he's building up like, oh, he just hates him. It's like, yeah, but aren't you meant to be like the big killing dude? Like, why didn't you just kill him? That's it, done. I know why they're not doing it. It's so they can, make episodes and write a show.
Yeah.
It's like, but you spent your entire career like taking over the world and doing all this weapons research. Like, kill the dude. You've killed loads of other people in it without a second thought. I don't know. It's a cautious watch.
Okay. I have watched two other things, but I'm just going to briefly mention them. So the other week, Warhammer Plus came out, and there's some. It's like a new subscription service for Warhammer stuff, and on it there's some animated stuff. So there's currently 2 series. One, there's like a new episode every week. The other one, I don't know if there's going to be more, but there's 3 episodes so far. One's called Hammer and Bolter, and the other one's called Angels of Death. Hammer and Bolter is quite a cartoony animation, and of the 3 episodes, the first 2 are a bit iffy, but if you don't know anything about Warhammer 40k, it just felt really weird, kind of jumping into the middle, just putting them on. It felt like I just picked up a Warhammer 40k book and just put it in someone's face, gone halfway through it and went, just read from here, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. But then the 3rd episode was all about the orcs, and it was really well done.
Okay.
And then the Angels of Death was quite a more realistic style all around the Space Marines. So I'm currently watching that, which has been quite good. But that's all I wanted to say. That's I know people. Some of my friends are all watching it, and I know they're enjoying it as well.
Ah, excellent.
But on a different. Wait, what are you saying, Chris?
I was about to say, has Brandon been watching one?
I've not been watching it.
He's watching what? Anything?
Anything.
Just stuff.
I haven't really been watching anything. I've just been trying to catch up on the anime from this season.
Yeah.
So I haven't really had enough time to watch anything brand new.
Yeah. I know Chris and I are probably going to watch Shang-Chi soon. Whenever.
Yeah, don't know when, but
Neither. I got invited to go last Friday, but I was at a gig, so I did not go.
Well, the thing is, it's only just come out, so normally I give it like a week or 2 for like the crowds to calm down. Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll mention that at some point.
Yeah, I have been told it's quite good.
Yes.
Like one review I've seen of it said like it's been like his favourite standalone one since Thor Ragnarok.
Nice.
Uh,
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to it. On a different note, there's something that all three of us, but definitely you two, wanted to talk about, isn't there?
We did. I think we're thinking the same thing that you're thinking that we're thinking of.
Oh, yes, I think we are.
Is it? Are we going to talk about YouTube?
Yes, we were.
Excellent. So here's what we were thinking. We were still deciding what to talk about as such, but I myself thought it might be a good idea to highlight a couple of channels that I enjoy watching on YouTube, which I don't think get enough recognition. So to start off, let's see. So yeah, three that I really like watching. One is called Cynical Reviews. It's a British reviewer called CJ, and he takes a look at British shows, stuff on Netflix, and takes a look at them with like a comedic eye. He likes his Dungeons and Dragons, so he talks about stuff like that, and like the shows based on it. But if you like stuff like, I don't know, like Nostalgia Critic, but minus all the sketches and just discussions about the actual show and with peppered in with jokes, and I highly recommend it. So that is Cynical Reviews. Another one which I have spoken to both of you guys about off stream, one called Game Maker's Toolkit.
Oh yeah, you have mentioned this.
Yeah, it is a fantastic watch though. It's just a chap who talks about all game design and world building and how everything connects. He does a really good series called Boss Keys, where he takes a analytical look at all of like the Zelda games and all the Metroid games and how each place is structured, like especially the dungeons. Like, but he also does one on like Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Dark Souls as well. And as well as he does one-off subjects on like accessibilities for games, like gaming for disabled people. But again, just all game design. He's I think it's just really fascinating for anyone that likes to think about becoming a game designer or just wants to appreciate their games just a little bit more. Like you might learn a thing or two about game layout you didn't think about before. So that is a Game Maker's Toolkit. And another one, which is a smaller channel. Oddly enough, it's one called Hats Off Entertainment, which is basically just a guy who talks about classic comedians and just like puts them under the spotlight in a sort of more documentary style. So not really ha funny, but he does talk about stuff like Lauren and Hardy, just the Three Stooges, stuff like that, highlights and stuff. But he also looks at stuff like Forgotten Failures, which are like reboots. Like he just did one on the Ace Ventura Pet Detective Jr., which is like a film starring a kid version of Ace Ventura. It's a bit surreal, but anything like comedian wise or classic comedy, and even the same thing. He does the same thing I'm doing now. He takes a look at stuff called which he calls almost cult classics, which takes a look at older films which should have been really good, and some of them have got like cult status now, but never really got the all the praise they really should have gotten back in the day. But yeah, it's just an interesting watch. So there's three shows I really like watching. But if I was talking about bigger ones, then two biggest favourites I really like watching are Ashen's and Cadicarus. I think a lot of people know who they are now, but I just think they're great. I take a lot of my cues, and I've picked up a lot of social quirks from watching them. I think I sort of quote some of them on a daily basis. Thinking about it. Because when you watch something for so long, and like you find yourself phrasing them without thinking about it.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Like just like I have them with Homer Simpson. If I ever pick up the phone and just go yellow. It's hardwired into me.
I think the thing I like quote a lot these days, and I think it's more because of maybe I'm playing Warhammer a lot more, is when I'm like, when something bad happens, I'm like, oh, I'm in danger. Right, you, Brandon.
Okay, so for myself, probably the one channel which there's not many YouTube channels nowadays, which as soon as the video comes out, I'm just like, oh my god, I need to watch it. But I'd say the one YouTube channel which whenever they release a video that I go for is a channel called Abroad in Japan.
Oh yeah.
I know that channel.
Yeah, so Abroad in Japan, if you don't know, it's about a guy called Chris Broad who he used to be an English teacher in Japan, and he now basically does like his video quality is absolutely like documentary style. It's fantastic, like information about. He'll go on like a tour of a certain part of Japan. So, for example, he'll go to like Nagasaki. He'll show like some of the activities you can do in Nagasaki, what the scenery is like, what some of the famous land points are. It's really, really good production quality for that. So I think Abroad in Japan is maybe that one channel which I look forward to the most. Again, it's quite a big one. He's got like 2.7 million subscribers. Another one which is quite big. It's got 3 million. I do really like to watch Dog VA YouTube channel as well. So especially when he does his budget cosplay videos, they're absolutely hilarious. Whenever he does like a random thing in Japan, like for example, he went to like a gyaru bar in Japan, and what some of the stuff that goes on there. He went to like a pig cafe, like a micro pig cafe. That was very, very interesting to watch.
What was the name of that channel again? Sorry.
Dog VA. So dog spelled DAWG with VA on the side. Yeah.
Basically,
he's
basically trash taste.
Yeah, basically he's what he called it. Well, monkey brains from the trash taste. So, like me being the fucking monkey brain of victory achieved. Some of the shits I come out with.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you're more like Giguk in some ways.
I just say some of the most inappropriate crap. But
well, if you're the monkey brain, then I'm the monkey ass.
You're the moody ass.
I don't even know who I am.
I'd say you're
something.
Yeah. And then for a third channel, this is another one which, again, whenever they release a video, I'm just like, I'm really excited to watch it. And it's a YouTuber called Sleepy.
Okay.
He's an Overwatch YouTuber, and he's playing the Overwatch League. But I think the main thing which has drawn me to these videos is because it's the style of edits. His editor Drowsy does a phenomenal job at making really funny, montages and edits and stuff like that. And I think that's what really, especially nowadays, because like back in the days, like you have the likes of PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, the original gaming YouTubers, they could just upload a 10-minute Let's Play, and back at the mid late 2000s, you could just sit through and just watch these Let's Plays. But nowadays, obviously that's our generation, but you've got the new like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds who want to watch it. They're not going to sit through and watch the Let's Plays. So these edits, which some of the, what you have to do for these gaming YouTube channels. And I think what Drowsy does in Sleepy's videos, and like it fits the bill really nicely. Same thing for like some of the, because one of the mobile games which I play a lot, which I'm absolutely addicted to, is a game called Summoner's War. And some of the edits for this, so there's a YouTube channel called Sean B. Again, his editor does a phenomenal job at making his PvP gameplays look great. And there's Wants and Love. His edits are amazing. Way back in the days, there's another one called YDCB. His edits were absolutely hilarious. Like all the meme sound effects, like Keck W or Inception, Conspiracy, that sort of like sound effects and edits is what really makes gameplays, quite exciting to watch. And I think that's why I sort of went to watch those.
Oh, that's cool.
What about yourself, Dan?
I'm just gonna pick like 3 I really like, not ones that are small. I'm just gonna pick like 3 I watch. As Brandon says, with like Abroad in Japan, whenever like a new video drops, I'm just like there. That's what I'm just gonna pick because So I'm gonna pick like my first one is that whenever a new episode as you say, whenever a new episode drops, as quick as I can, I want to watch it. Is Super Eye Patch Wolf, and he does a whole Super Eye Patch Wolf, and he does a whole load of anime, video game, and just a whole mixture of stuff, videos on just So he did like one about psychics. I was either early this year or last year, and it was absolutely amazing. And he did like a martial arts. He's done a couple martial arts videos. He had one this year about a martial arts manga, and then it was fantastic. So it's just he does a whole load of videos. He's done like one about Silent Hill 2, which is amazing. He's done ones about anime like One Punch Man, Mob Psycho. So yeah, he's got a whole load of great videos, and I really enjoy him.
I do like some of his work. Like I do really like the Bizarre World videos.
Yeah.
Say the psychic one, the martial arts one. For me, that's my preferred type of content.
Yeah. This is like a weird. It is quite like a more relaxing channel, but it's called Other Places. I don't know if you've
Other Places.
Yeah. So
Not
on this
heard of that one.
So on this channel, all the videos are like different places from video games. So for example, there's a whole lot of Dark Souls ones. So you have like Lorfric from Dark Souls 3, or Firelink Shrine, and it just has that place, no characters, and it just for like a minute, 4 minutes, or however long, it just takes you around that scenery, kind of like a bird's eye view, not bird's eye view, but yeah, it just has that. You just look at the scenery for however long, 4 minutes, or however long the video is. Like the Firelink Shrine's like a minute and a half, but then the Lorfric one's like 4 minutes long. So you just look at the scenery, and it's like there's a whole load. Like you got Rapture, you got Yakuza 0, you got Boston from Fallout 4, there's one like Grand Theft Auto 5, with The Witcher 3. There's a whole load of stuff.
Is that kind of like a sort of ASMR thing where it throws like softer music on top of it, where you just have a look around the world?
Yeah, it's obviously the music from said game, but yeah,
Okay,
it's quite a nice channel if you just want to chill out. I guess one that I'm always a bit on and off with the videos, but I'll probably be watching the channel again soon, because of a show that's coming back, I think, in a couple months. But it's called Eruption Fang, and he does a whole load of. He's done mostly it's like Red versus Blue and Ruby, but he's really into his Borderlands, so he's done loads of the history of like said Borderlands character, and just before Borderlands 3 he did an hour and 45-minute video about the complete timeline of Borderlands, and it's absolutely fantastic.
oh, that sounds pretty good.
See, so
There's a channel that sounds similar. I watch one called Slope's Game Room, where it does like the entire history of like the franchise.
yeah, but there's mine. Super Eye Patch Wolf, Other Places, and Eruption Fang. So I just picked three I really like. I think I just wanted to pick three I really like.
Can I do a couple special mentions as well to really interesting ones? Because obviously we spoke a lot about games, and we didn't really speak a lot about music.
Yeah.
So I just want to do like a special shout out to like Nick Nocturnal, Alex Hefner. So I don't know if you've heard of those two.
No.
Can't say I have.
So Nick Nocturnal and Alex Hefner, Nick Nocturnal mainly does covers, but they start to do for a while they've been doing reaction to like new music which has come out. So quite often it's just nice just to listen to I just watch them. Like it'll be my first time watching the music, and it's just seeing another person react to it, because it's not really many channels out there which I like to watch reactions. And I don't know about you guys. What's your experience been with like react?
I think I think it's only really like movie trailers. Other than that, not really. I'm never really that bothered.
No, I'm very much on the the Fort Train, like these reaction channels, they like show like entire episodes of something and they just react to it, but they're not crediting the original artist. I know that's. I think that's less of a problem now, but it used to be a major issue a while back.
But there's another one which I've got to say as well. There's another one called Goku Flex. I don't know if you guys have heard that one as well.
No.
So he is a personal trainer. So he shows like workout videos, but he also does anime challenges. So he would do like silhouette challenges. So like you see a silhouette of a character, and then there'll be like a group of them. They have to guess what the character is, and that's quite fun. Because quite often I will do challenge. I do it myself sometimes. Like I'll stick a YouTube channel, a YouTube video on like can you name these 50 anime openings? And like give myself that challenge of okay, let's do this. And it's just something fun like that. So like when the Anime Man, when he did like his challenges, like 1 second opening, 2 second opening, 3 second openings, or anime quiz, or name like a letter of the alphabet and you have to say the anime name or whatever. But I like watching challenges like that.
Yeah, I've only watched where the anime was it the Anime Man? Yeah, when he did one where with a whole group of the anime tubers. So like I know Giga was there. Obviously, the Anime Man's girlfriend. I can't remember her.
Yeah, it was Aki. There was Sid.
Yeah,
Connor.
Yeah, and we were all just guessing. That was quite a fun video. I can't remember. I think it was Gigoki just constantly getting them.
Yeah, I think that must have been the music one.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I like watching stuff like that because I feel like I'm joining in partly, even though I don't exactly respond in the comments. But I like to do the challenge myself at home.
I'm one of these people that types in YouTube comments after I've had a drink. If you see me commenting, you know I'm drunk.
So I don't know. Have you guys got any more special announcements for what other YouTube channels you watch? Not necessarily your favorites, but ones that you just have a joy watching.
I watch an awful lot of YouTube. I watch more YouTube than anything else. But I could be here all day. But
Yeah, same.
another ones a couple I just want to highlight very quickly. They do similar things. They do like gaming challenges. So Mitten Squad is quite a bigger channel now, but he does like generally more Skyrim and Fallout challenges. My Dry Bread does like single Pokemon challenges.
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
I've got his latest one to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But one I've really taken to, and he is a much smaller one, much smaller. Like, because I think he's only got about 6,000 subs. So one called Scott's Thoughts, and he does this very similar thing. He does this like Pokemon challenges, but he puts a spin on it by like doing a race. So who's faster to beat the game with? Would it be like Omastar or Kabutops? Like similar sort of trading.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, who's faster, Alakazam or Gengar? Being the game with, but Scott's Thoughts is very good, and because he's only small, he's one of the very few YouTubers you can leave a comment and he actually respond to it.
Yeah, so I'm just looking now. He's got 16,400 subs.
Oh yeah,
and like, let's just have a look at it. Like, yeah, he hasn't all of his videos. I say all of his videos are less than 70k views, so he's still at that humble stage. Yeah, but I mean, he's up like he's still getting like decent views, like 30k per upload. He's got nice average, especially for a channel of his size, and he's only been doing it for a year or just over a year. I think he's view count. He's doing quite well. Quite interesting.
He's been quite consistent. He seems to bang them out like every Sunday. He does one. So
that's one thing I really need to start doing. I really need to start doing YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's one small channel called it's some wanker who does it. Spanky Rambles. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Spanky Rambles. Let me just search it. Spanky Rambles. He's got. Oh god, he is small. He's got 14 subs, 270 videos. So that's a lot of content. But he also uploads a bedtime story. That's interesting.
It sure is.
I see he also does challenge videos like can you only do string shot? There's plenty Resident Evil stuff. Definitely a lot of content on that channel.
It's mostly like past Twitch streams as well. But yeah, he's a complete soft spot. You don't want to.
No, yeah, definitely.
Not on YouTube anyway. Twitch definitely. Yeah. Any more?
I could name a whole load, but
yeah, I could name like a massive list.
there's like I watch a lot of ones, but like I don't know, they're more ones that I find quite niche. Maybe not niche, but like there's a few anime ones. Like there's one where his main channel is more One Piece, but he's done like a more generalized anime channel. But he's called Grand Line Review, and his One Piece reviews are like. I used to watch another One Piece reviewer, but his videos just got so bloated. They're like half an hour long, and I'm like, it's so detailed, but I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm not getting what I want from the chapter review, or I have to listen for 30 minutes to get what I want out of it. Whereas Grand Line Review, it's maybe like 15 minutes, and it just highlights all the key points in such a fantastic way. And now he's doing more live actions snippets, and it's even more entertaining. And then he has his more generalized animes called World. Is it? Oh, what it's called? New World Review. So he's done like he's done like Hunter x Hunter and a few other stuff on that. But I mainly watch his One Piece stuff, and he's to the point. He's entertaining. He's fun. The only thing is he speaks like someone I used to work with, and so I actually got them on my Facebook. I don't even know if they listen to the podcast, but they always remind me of that guy I used to work with, and it always tickles my pickle. Let's just say that.
Tickles your pickle.
It's always funny.
Dan, I think you need to start a YouTube channel called.
No, it's just always funny because his voice, Grand Line Review's voice, and this guy I used to work with is so similar. Like I've never even. Maybe I need to tell this guy because this guy likes One Piece as well. We used to talk about One Piece a lot, so I might tell him like listen to Grand Line Review, and he might be like, wait a minute. He sounds like me. I'm like, yeah, I've always thought that. I don't know. Maybe I might actually send it to him after the recording.
Wow, there's plenty of channel recommendations there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm glad we can highlight some smaller creators. May as well use our platform for good rather than evil, which is what I've mostly been using it for so far.
I don't think there's much stuff we trash talk on here. Just that Resident Evil series.
Yeah. Apart from the handful of other stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No. But what have you all got to look forward to in the next couple of weeks before we record again? What can you find? What can I find you two playing on your channels, on your Twitch channels?
So literally, I've got some anime reviews which I'm gonna be doing. So fixing my anime list. I've still got my PvP on Summoner's War, which I'm doing. I've still got to try finish getting over it, and I've also got to still finish Undertale. So that's what I've got for the next couple of weeks to come.
Busy schedule then. Well, mine's changed massively because of changes in my personal life.
Indeed.
So I did have a schedule that was fixed, but now I'm just going to do it whenever the hell I feel like it. But I will announce on my Facebook and Twitter when I'm doing it. But tonight I'm continuing playing Final Fantasy IX, which I haven't completed since it came out back in the day. We've mentioned it a couple of times, but now I guess I've got to do Nioh now.
I have to ask, how far are you right now on 9?
I've only been playing it for 3 hours. I only did the first stream of it last night, so
okay.
I've just got out the ice cave.
Okay, you're decent.
Cool. So
I'm
surprised. I'm having to fight it so much because in the remaster it gives you the option to speed up the battles.
Yeah.
I've tried to resist doing that so much.
That is
one of live streaming. Yeah. I'll keep it realistic.
Yes, I know I do say it's my favourite game, but I will admit the battles are slow. Like, I didn't realise until like the last time I played it, where I was like, it is far slower than like Final Fantasy VII, for example.
Yeah, normally you don't notice it that much, but when you're like doing it live and you see like how long you've been live for, and think, oh, wait, I've been in this room like 15 minutes. But I might speed it up a little bit, like off stream, like if I need to do a bit of grinding sessions. But that's it really.
That's cool. Like, I'll try and if I can, I'll try and watch some of your streams. I haven't really recently. I've been really busy outside of work, so I haven't had time. Like, this weekend's been ridiculous. I went to Slam Dunk Festival yesterday, so and I was out. As I said, I was out on a gig on Friday, so it's just been non-stop all weekend. Even this morning, I've worked. Then I went to see my friend, and then now we're doing this. So I've been on the go like quite a bit, but if I can, I'll be trying to catch your streams before I go on holiday.
Thanks, my man. I must say, it's such a wake-up call because I went out last bank holiday Sunday, and bear in mind, it's not been out for ages because of lockdown and whatnot. But I was on a Sunday, went up early afternoon, went to a mate's birthday party, played some bowling. Then I went straight to a Viking-themed festival at a local pub. And then I went straight down to another pub in town for like a handful of bands. And I somehow managed to jump on the last bus and meet my two little nieces who were staying over for a little while before they went to bed. So I managed to cram all that into one day. And being able to go out, it's made me realise, God damn, I feel unfit. I'm on my feet all day. I'm not sitting on my arse.
Then there's me. Then there's me. I look at myself physically, and I'm like, I'm in the best physical shape of my life. Like I feel so good.
I felt really good last year. Like I was getting like really really fit. Like in the gym, like doing full stacks and like bench press and stuff like that. And I felt really good. And then the pubs reopened, and then things went massively downhill very very quick. I think it's just coincidence. But...
maybe. Well, we'll see. Nah, you're not exactly. You're still a. I don't know what to say, but you're not exactly.
I'm still svelte.
You're a good build.
My secret is not eating all that much.
Well, fun fact: all three of us have only been in the same room once.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. You what?
Fun fact for you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All three of us have only been in the same room once.
Have we?
Yeah.
Yep. Dan's birthday party. What was it, about 4 years ago?
No.
Oh, was this at your dad's?
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it?
That was the day you two met.
It's the only time I've met your dad as well, and it was odd because it was just me and your dad in your house.
Yeah, because you got there before Brandon and I.
Yeah, it's like, hello, you don't know me. Well, I'm going to come in your house and hang around for half an hour. Why do you eat your din-dins? Basically, just talked about Dark Souls the entire time.
Yeah, I was saying I only just realised that was you.
Oh my gosh.
That was me, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Brandon. Why do you think he was I asked Chris to join the podcast.
Are you friends with him?
Well, yes, that too, but I knew that you two got on.
You have to remember, Dan, there was quite a bit of alcohol involved that night.
That was early days.
Yeah.
That's before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I went to another party that night.
Yeah. Then we went.
I can't remember what we did.
We went to Firebug. It was only just us two. Yeah. Because we went mosh the night before. Well, I went mosh. I don't know if you did.
I can't remember.
I think you.
Yeah.
No, you did.
I came round, met you both. Yeah, I came down, met you both. Like Dan's house. And, I stayed there for a couple of hours with a couple of beers, and I had somewhere else that promised to be. So I took it off. So.
Yeah. But I'm sure we'll all.
it seems typecast me and you, Brandon, because when I did meet you, all we talked about was Dark Souls doing a podcast.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty certain all I remember, is like I was just sat there just talking Dark Souls the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep, we really did.
Yep. And I hadn't played it then, and I was like, But now I'm like, haha, now I know.
But you haven't played Nioh yet, have you?
No, I will rectify that at some point. One of the next games I plan to play is Resident Evil 7.
Do it. And then play 8.
That is the plan.
Good man.
That is the plan. See, because Halloween is coming up soon.
Ooh.
By the time this is out, it'll be... Oh, here we go. What day will it be? The 20th.
It'll only be a couple of weeks.
This episode will be out on the 20th of September, so... See, it's getting towards Halloween, so I'm going to have to start playing Resident Evil 7.
Well, if we talk about Halloween now, it'll be topical by the time it's episode.
You see, this is why I'm playing it. I'm going to start playing it early.
Nice. Good plan. I think... What am I going to do? I think I'm going to stream Ghostbusters, because I wanted to do that last time, but Halloween just ran out. It was done, and as soon as I didn't get around to playing it. I'll do it next year.
Actually, speaking of streaming, I could probably say this. As you know, Chris, I'm planning for my 100 follower special on Twitch to do a 10-hour Nuzlocke of Gen 1 Pokemon. That's one thing I'm looking forward to doing. Yeah, I'm going to do it a whole 10 hour if I can.
I'll just do a Nuzlocke. I won't worry about time constraints.
No, I'm just going to stream straight for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to complete it in 10 hours. I'm just going to...
Do you know what? Do you know what gen you're going to do it in?
I'm going to do Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and just do my Gen 1, and then as soon as that's done, then my next special, say for example 250 followers, I'll do Gen 2.
Okay.
Well, Gen 1's probably the hardest to do it in, just because you have the least amount of routes. So you have like the least amount of Pokemon to catch. Pokédex is just smaller. I
wouldn't say so. I think Gen 1's quite easy because Snorlax, Lapras.
Maybe.
Well, it depends how you do the Nuzlocke, but Lapras and Snorlax will just boss.
Yeah.
Again, Snorlax against Sabrina, is just an instant win.
Yeah, but you've got to get to that point.
That is true.
Yeah.
Brandon might be bad at the game and wipe out.
I'll say no in my luck. I'm going to have an army of Caterpies and Zubats.
Oh, are you going to do it without dupes?
No, I'm going to do it with dupes.
Oh, so if you get...
So if I find another Zubat, unfortunately, I'm going to have to catch it.
Oh, so then you're not doing it without dupe. Oh, so you are doing it where you can have... Yeah, so if you catch a Rattata and then the next route you find another Rattata, that's your first encounter and you have to catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Rattata and nothing.
I do it where I do dupes clause, so if I got a Rattata and then next route I find a Rattata, I run until I get something new.
Oh no, that's not a Nuzlocke.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to get to a point where I go to a route. I'm probably going to avoid the grass and just start fishing. And be like, please, just give me the magic up. Please, just give me magic up.
Dupes clause is optional.
No, it's got to be your first encounter, so you can't encounter something else. It's like if you get another Rattata, that's it. If you choose not to have dupes, then you just don't catch it. You just sit out of luck.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's how I do. Well, I do dupes anyway, so it's not an issue.
Everyone does it differently.
Yeah. I actually think it's harder if you got it with dupes. Like, having nothing, that sucks. But
on Gen 1,
like exactly the same.
On Gen 1, it is hard. But if you do it with dupes, on Gen 1 you can soft lock encounters where you can be like, oh, because I've got all these encounters, the only encounter I can get on this route is this. So.
Well, you just got to be lucky. You actually get something that has special moves to attack ghosts in the Lavender Tower.
Yeah, I was going to say, just imagine if I go through and I don't get any HM slaves.
Yeah.
Nah, you'll be fine, Brandon.
Again, that's,
I'm not looking forward to the Safari Zone either.
No, I never catch anything in there.
That's one thing that people aren't too sure of when doing a Nuzlocke. Like, if you get to a point where, say, you need strength to carry on, but none of the ones you've caught can use strength. The rule I did is like you're allowed to catch another Pokemon just to use like that HM, but don't use them in battle. I think that's allowed. As long as you're never attacking anything with it, you should be okay.
I think that is a victory achieved. Don't you think, guys?
Yeah, I think that might be a wrap for this episode. That's been quite a fun one. Oh, they're all fun.
It's been nice talking to you guys again. It's been so long.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
So long. Obviously, to our listeners, it's just like, oh, it's just another 2 weeks. But for us, it was 3 weeks. And I really felt it. I must admit.
I'm looking forward to the new episode dropping tomorrow.
Indeed.
The new, well, old for us, new for you.
Yeah. Episode 8.
Episode 9, guys.
Obviously, by this time, it's like, oh.
Do we have a title for it, or is it super secret?
What, of episode 8?
Yeah.
Oh, I called it Somewhere in the Fallout series. Referencing Alter Bridge, because they've got a song called Fallout. And we talk about Fallout.
We do, but we don't talk about Alter Bridge.
No, we don't, but I love that Alter Bridge song, so I was like, I'm going to reference Alter Bridge and Fallout it. So.
Fair enough. Speaking of Alter Bridge, have you listened to like Mark Tremonti's solo stuff?
I love Tremonti.
Yeah.
Honestly,
fantastic album.
Since the 4th Alter Bridge album, I've kind of gone off Alter Bridge, and Tremonti I think they're just so much more enjoyable.
Oh, he's really fucking good.
I do like Alter Bridge, but I think ever since Fortress, there's something, I don't know why, but ever since the 4th album, I do like the 4th album, but ever since then, I've really fell off them.
Oh, it's not like the music's bad or anything. It's just, I don't know. It's the same as most things. It's like, oh, you get it, and it's shiny, and it's new, and it's great.
I think it's
like
just
a few albums later, you're sort of like,
I just think,
same.
Yeah, I think it's just more of the same. So, yeah, cool. Victory achieved. I think.
Victory is achieved.
Well,
are we doing a proper little? Oh, are we doing a proper little outro?
What about to start? Go on, Brandon.
Right.
Say something. Delayed.
Something.
Quick.
If in life you'd find yourself having a hard time with alcohol, and you wake up genuinely feeling fresh, I think you can truly say that night out, you truly achieved some victory. There we go.
Just remember, up here for thinking, downstairs for dancing.
A what?
And
a what?
I'll leave you with that.
And for me, my inspirational quote is, insert inspirational quote here.
Frankie 2K12. I can't maths.
What year was it?
2K21.
Oh
my god, Brandon.
The only reason I think I said 2K12 is because do you remember like back in GCSE days?
Oh dear.
Like it was, I think it was just my era because anything that was remarkably like graffiti or chavvy or cool was like, oh, 2K12. So I think that's just always the number that just pops into my mind. It's just 12. It doesn't matter what I do, even if I say it as just, just a meme. I'm always like 2K12. I don't know why.
I graduated university in 2007, so.
Spanky Rambles 2K7.
2019.
Yeah, I think I should go back to camping. I think I clearly did not have enough of a digital detox.
I'm camping this weekend in the lakes.
Enjoy.
Can't wait.
And I'm not going anywhere.
Oh.
I'm just going to sit at my laptop until a fortnight's time.
Well, I guess without further ado, we'll a bit ado.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye, guys. Be safe.
Bye.
We'll see you next time for episode 10.
Big numbers.
It's not the halfway point of the year.
I know. Oh, Brandon.
26 will be.